agreement. Let's move ahead with some more rules. Now in this section we are going to study about nouns. Singular nouns, plural nouns, and the nouns as a whole number and nouns as a fraction. So we will see how the verbs behave according to these nouns. So the first rule related to noun is nouns. Now here we are going to talk about those nouns which are plural in form. Means when you look at the noun, it seems like it's plural, but the actual meaning is singular. Though the word ends in S, it gives an appearance of the noun being plural, but actually that noun is singular in meaning. So nouns that has plural form but singular meaning will take up singular verb. Like mathematics. Mathematics is a subject, single subject, but ends in S. You can see here. So since the word ends in S, it looks like the word is plural, but no. Mathematics, physics, economics, there are many subjects ending in S. All those subjects are singular in meaning, and since they are singular in meaning, the verb is singular. Since the subjects are singular in meaning, we are going to use singular verb. Same way, this news is true. News ending in S. It looks like the word news is plural, but there is no singular form of news. I have one news, then also I say news. I have many news, then also I say news. So news again is singular in meaning, takes a singular verb. Same way, just like there are certain nouns which are plural in form and singular in meaning, we have many nouns which are singular in appearance. They appear as singular nouns, but actually they are plural in meaning. Hence, they use plural verbs. Since the nouns are plural in meaning, the verb will be plural. Like, children are playing in the park. There is no S at the end of children. So when I look at the word, it appears as the word being singular, but actually the meaning of children is plural in form. Children is plural in meaning, and hence the verb is plural verb. So, children is your plural noun, plural subject, and hence the verb is also plural. Same way, my teeth have cavities. Here also the word teeth, the noun teeth is plural in meaning, though there is no S here, but still the word is plural in meaning. The subject is plural, and since the subject is plural, your verb is also plural. Next, plural nouns expressing quantity, amount, distance, etc. will take singular verb. When you look at these nouns, they appear to be plural in form. 5 kilometers. They appear plural in form. 5 kilometers. They appear plural in form. But actually, this whole distance, that is a 5 kilometers distance, is one particular distance. And hence, the verb becomes singular. So now these plural nouns are taken as a whole, as one unit. So your verb is singular verb. 5 kilometers, singular subject, because this distance is taken as a one whole distance, and hence the subject is singular, the verb is singular. Same way, 900 rupees. Here we are talking about the amount. Here we spoke about the distance. 5 kilometers is a distance, one particular distance. So, singular. Here also, 900 rupees. We are talking about the amount. We are not counting, we are taking the amount. And this amount is a big sum. So we are talking about a particular sum of amount. Subject is singular, verb is singular. 2/3 of this book is easy. Actually, we have discussed this in another section, so we will discuss it there. In this rule, we have studied about the plural nouns expressing quantity, amount or distance as a whole. So whether you take this plural noun as a whole or in fraction, in the next rule we will study about the fraction. The verbs are going to be singular. For example, 2/3 of this book is easy. Now this 2/3 is a fraction, a part of one unit, a small part of one unit. Since it is less than 1, your verb is singular. So here we are talking about fractions. So if your nouns denote a fraction, the verb is singular because it is less than 1. Unless and until we take an amount which is more than 1, the verb remains singular. When we have 1 plus something, then only the verb becomes plural. So when I say 2/3, though it appears to be a multiple or plural, but actually it is a small portion of one whole unit, and hence 2/3 becomes singular subject, and since we have singular subject, we are going to use it as singular verb. Then half of the apples is rotten. You can see I have apples here, but we are not talking about apples. We are talking about the fraction, half. Since this is your singular subject, half is your singular subject, I have singular verb along with it. Next, 70% of Indian population depends on agriculture. 70% is again a fraction, a part. 7 by 10. Again it is a fraction, and hence this fraction will also take singular verb and the fraction becomes singular subject. I hope the things are getting clear. Coming to the next one, plural nouns denoting the names of countries, books, etc. Etc. means include cities, province, towns, small areas, whatever. If it denotes the names of something, we use singular verb. Noun may be plural in appearance with s at its end, but the actual meaning of that noun is singular. So your verb is singular, just like this rule where we studied nouns plural in form, singular in meaning. It's quite similar to it. Here you can see the United States is the name of a country. The United States is the name of a country, though it ends in S, but it's one country, name of one country, and hence your verb is singular. Same way with books. The Arabian Nights. Again you can see Arabian Nights ending in S. Nights. So we are not talking about the multiple nights. We are talking about the name of the book, which is the Arabian Nights. The name of the book is the Arabian Nights. So one book. Name of one book. Singular subject. Singular verb. Since it's the name of one book, the verb is singular. So the Arabian Nights is an interesting book. Till now, whatever rules we have studied was about singular subjects. Most of the subjects were singular. Whether I used one subject or two subjects, in both the cases, the subjects were singular. Now in the next section that we are going to study is, you will see singular subjects as well as plural subjects. Not only this, you will also see that subjects do not come in the beginning of the sentence. It is placed somewhere else. But the subject remains subject. So we have to pick out the actual subject from that entire sentence wherever it is placed. And according to that subject, we have to put the number. So let's study the next section of it with some more